everyone, welcome to New Bear. Today we're going to make dimpled rings. Dimpled rings, as the name implies, are created by working a normal ring and simply adding a dimple. The negative space within the ring gives us a cute heart shape. So I've started by making a normal ring. I've worked 10 double stitches. Now I'm going to work a very, very small picot. We want this big enough just to get our thread through, so it is super tiny. Work another 3 double stitches. We're going to join back to the picot with a normal join. So go down through that picot, pull up a loop, pass your shuttle through. We want the loop of our join to pull these 3 stitches in as we pull it up to make our join. We're going to finish out our ring with our 10 double stitches. Closing this ring is going to be a little tighter than closing a normal ring because our core thread has to travel down into the dimple and back out again. If you're finding it really tight to pull your ring closed, you might like to try working with a slightly looser tension. Starting with a normal ring like we did last time, once again I've worked 10 double stitches, work our very small picot, followed by 2 double stitches. Make the first half of the next stitch. We're about to make a loop, but before we do that I want to talk about opening up our ring. When we're working a normal ring, we can pull more thread at any time. For a dimpled ring, we can also pull more thread at any time, but when we do it will make a difference as to how we do it. Pulling thread before the loop is done differently to pulling thread after the loop. So I'm going to explain both methods as we come to them. To open our ring before the loop, pull off the extra thread, open your ring, and now wrap your hand as if we're working a chain. So the extra thread from our ring is under our hand. When we need more thread, we just release it from our pinky finger. So we're going to continue with our ring now. Loop the shuttle around the ring finger and back into the pinch. Now I like to remove my finger from the loop. I find this is easier for me to work. If you do this, be careful not to pull your shuttle too much or you're going to lose this loop. Work the second half of the double stitch and make it sit right up next to the first half. Work another 2 stitches. So you have half a stitch before the loop and the second half of your stitch after your loop. We're joining back to the picot with a normal join. we're ready to finish out our stitch count. Before we do that, I'm going to go back to opening our ring. If we didn't open our ring before we made our loop, we're going to need to open it after making our loop. So to do that, pull thread from the shuttle, pull it into the loop. From the loop, you can pull it into the ring. You can see when I pull on this thread here, it's taking the thread from my loop. Okay, we are back to making our dimpled ring. We're finishing out our ring with a count of 10. To close our ring, hold your stitches in the pinch. Pulling the left side of our loop will pull our ring closed, and pulling down on our shuttle thread will close our loop. So grab the left side of your loop, pull it through to close your ring. And holding those stitches in the pinch, pull your ring down. Don't pull it out to the side, make sure you pull it down to pull that loop shut. Just get my tail out of there. Now in closing that loop, you can see my loop's gone, but I've still got quite a square base. You need to pull that a little bit tighter to get it to curve around. Get those stitches to meet nicely in the middle. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.